What's good in the hood? Clean as a whistle. Now, let's get into it. I know this is a late stream live. It's a lot been going on. I'm sitting up here getting reports. LeBron might be pulling some LeBron-ish. LeBron trying to move players around. I'm getting that late at night and 1 o'clock in the morning. Like, for real? Like, how could you move players around now? This is too late. I guess so. The West Coast on a weekday, you should be available. Then again, it ain't late enough for some people. Cino's International. TV working, computer working. Why you ain't working? That's the motto. Salute. Now, Draymond was on ESPN today. In typical Draymond fashion, I'm wondering, why are they interviewing Draymond? I mean, seriously, I'm sitting there like, they finna interview Draymond. Why? Dead serious. I'm dead serious, y'all. I'm sitting there looking like, these fools finna interview Draymond Green. Draymond is not going in the circle. Why would Draymond be getting interviewed? That's like interviewing Steph Curry right now. Here is 4 o'clock in the morning, 4:15 a.m. We gonna talk about Nicola. Here's the situation, and I want to be clear. This guy thinks he knows my sleeping schedule. Says he sleeps around 10 a.m., wakes up around 3. That's a good shot. Let me see. What time did I go to sleep? Wasn't 10. I was up doing a power walk at like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning with my best friend's wife. Mm-hmm. I'm up at my time at 4 in the morning. You gonna rush me? one rushes me. Now, Draymond Green, he comes out there and started timing right away, put on his tap shoes, and started his performance. He started off with a little, yeah, man. You know, when we got a commissioner like Adam Silver, man, who let us, you know, he let us basically wear I Could Breathe shirts. And, you know, he was on Darling Sterling. He was the first one to do that. And when you got a great commissioner like the what do you say, Adam Silver Slipper, you can do all these wonderful things. It's like paradise. Giving him a little soft shoe. Then it picks up. Then the whole point of the interview came into play. It started off talking about Adam Silverslip. I said, okay, he doing his PR work. He pat Adam on the back. Now it was time to massage the balls. He did it again down the line and then wanted to talk about Roger Goodell. Well, when Cap took a knee, Roger Goodell, you know, he didn't say nothing about it. You know, he didn't do nothing about it. That's why there's so much division in there. No shouts at him. Trying to pat Adam Silverslip on the back and saying what a progressive guy he is. Then it started to ask the question below. It went across the screen. So, more than a vote. What do you think about this initiative? This is why he's on the show. Oh, more than a vote, man. Because I'm somebody, you know, I didn't think my vote count. So I was like, man, I don't think my vote count. And then me and LeBron, we got on the chat and we started sharing stories. And it was mostly about LeBron, you know, scoring all these points and dominating and winning championships. And then I told him my story and he said, you know what? We should come out with something to get people to vote. None of that conversation made any sense to lead the vote. I know, but, you know, it's just how LeBron process is. He keeps talking about himself, and then it leads to votes. And it leads to a great idea. That's more about LeBron. Yeah, baseball is going to reduce the games and try to make a run for it. And just say, let's try to grab every dime we can get. And what you're going to have is a big collusion of all sports at one time. And you're going to see why it's always been spread out. It's going to be people running into each other. Some going to the basketball game. Some going to a stadium or a restaurant or whatever to watch it. Because now they can have indoor seating starting this Friday. There's a lot of stuff going on in certain places. But now let's stay here. I don't want to switch channels just yet. Let's stay right here. And oh yeah, if you want to get in, I'm going to let you guys get in too. Because that's what Draymond said. I verbatim. Something very similar to that. Now let's go ahead and dissect the BS from fact. What Draymond did was soft shoe tap dancing on the plantation, field guy trying to get in the house. It was terrible. It was next to terrible.
For somebody like Draymond, who comes from Saginaw, Michigan. Saginaw. Your daddy married to my cousin, fool. My cousin. Got my blood in their veins. So your brothers and sisters got my blood in their veins. How dare you come out and just... I'm disappointed, man. I really am. First off, you coming out kissing Adam Silver's butt, right? That's very interesting. And you know what else is very interesting is the fact that you never stood out in any way when it came to making things right. Meaning that when Kyrie took his stance and you decided to slide with LeBron, you said that this man Adam Silver, was so great, and he was so this, and he was so that, and Kyrie did not have a plan. Why hasn't David Stern ever mentioned the fact that about diversity, about Black ownership? Why has he then mentioned the short leash and the short hook that's on Black coaches and Black general managers? Why haven't they discussed these issues publicly? Kyrie wanted to have these conversations, but was denied. Kyrie was denied. Let that sink in. The great Kyrie Irving was denied access. And he's the vice president of the Players Association. They point the finger at the NFL. But what about your house? That's like saying somebody else's house is dirty and you ain't cleaned your house in 75 years. But you looking at everybody else's house.
What's going on?
What's up?
Long time no see.
Finally
can catch a live.
Yeah. I guess we got to get up super late.
What's up? Yeah, man. Long time no see. Yeah, man. I've been working, dog. Like, I work for UPS, so I've been working nonstop. So we've been having I finally got a week off. I've been getting my runs in and finally got some time off. I've been after y'all do your little show. And I like the last live y'all was going in. You and T was going in,
boy. The show, and then the show when the thing is over, like when they cut it all off, then it get live. It just go to a whole other level.
Yeah, facts. But man, I feel like, man, Draymond is like you said, bro. Draymond trying to get out of town. I think it's about that time to move him. And I love Draymond as a player. But, like I said, when you first started, I told you he was in my top 5 of the day. Just how he played the game, defensively, offensively, how he gets everybody in rotation. But right now, man, he just doing too much now. He doing what Kendrick Perkins doing, and I don't like that. I don't respect that at all. Especially these your brothers. You supposed to have they back more than LeBron, because LeBron gonna go. Once he gone, then you know what use are you gonna be now? Once he out the league.
Yeah.
And it's just been disrespectful how he's just been talking bad about them and then saying he's the greatest of all time. It's like, dude, you from Michigan. Like, hell no. You know he ain't no greatest of all time. All the ball players came through there. Like, come on, man. You tripping. So I don't know, man. I just think that he gonna be traded, and Steph and them gonna, you know, they just gonna pick up the pace. You know, they're gonna add somebody else. That dude Pascal, good to me. I like him. I think he's a sleeper. I think he gonna do something in the future for them, you know, but they're gonna miss Draymond, but you gotta let him go, man. I mean, he causing too much friction. And I don't want to see him go, but he got to have a new scenery. And this thing with him and LeBron and everything, especially with the thing with Kyrie, I didn't like how LeBron was talking through Kendrick. Everybody knew that when I first heard it.
Exactly.
And it was just BS how he just disrespected. Like Kyrie, I know Kyrie crazy at times and he say some off the wall stuff, but come on, man. Kyrie at the same time is looking out for everybody. He trying to make sure everybody's straight. He has his faults. He done been there, done that. Let's get a man a chance. You ain't got to blast the man talking about he'll be a bird like quacking backwards. And come on, that's lame. That's lame man stuff. That's what women do, man. Come on.
Yeah, and the thing that tops it off for me is that you sit there and sat right there and patting Adam Silver on the back, but Adam Silver, you bring up the fact because he let you wear a "I Can't Breathe" shirt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no, because he let us wear that, and he went out to Donald Sterling. What do you do to Donald Sterling? Donald Sterling is the reason why the whole league it's inflated high. All the numbers are fake because the team values all shot up because they had to sell the Clippers at a high rate to pay off Donald Sterling. Mm-hmm. He got billions. Him and his wife walked away with billions. So they good. So the thing is what are you talking about? Why is black coaches getting a hook? Why is Fizdale and everybody else getting a hook? But all these other coaches, they could bounce, like Tibbs finna bounce over to another team and get a job. Right. These coaches, they hiring their buddies throughout the system. You know, and I'm like, why has this been happening? Black coaches build the team up, and then they know more about the game. They act like, oh, well, we know the game, but we ain't smart enough. And that's what I'm saying. Look at all the players. The white players still got money coming in when they retire. All the players that have multi-million dollars and go broke are the black players.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how is that?
It's like everybody's saying it's systematic. Because I did a video on my page breaking down the statistics. Whenever y'all want to look at it, definition, you know, I'm doing videos whenever I can. But on the thing, it shows that the NBA has like 70% black. Like I break it down, I have the pie charts up there showing their 70%. The NFL is like a little bit above 50, almost 60%. And the executive jobs is terrible. It's like they're like in the lower 10 percentile, maybe 8 percentile. Mm-hmm. And that just shows you that it's systematic racism. Because I was telling my little brother, it's systematic racism in sports. He didn't believe me till I did the video and showed it to him. And he was like, whoa, and this is current. This is this year and last year, 2019, 2020. This isn't from 3-4 years ago. This is now. And everybody's telling me.
When we get through with this video, go in the comment section and put the link to your video.
Yeah.
Your page so people can sign up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
what's up, Mr. Norman? Are you still in Japan?
Man, I'm still here, brother. I'm still here, man. I finally get to talk to Cino, man.
What's up? Yeah, I saw that video when you was on there with the lady. She did her video and you was in there. I was like, look at Mr. Norman. You everywhere now.
Yeah, man. I'm just trying to catch up, man, because over here in Japan, man, we so far ahead. So that's why I listen to you, you know what I'm saying, with the sports and all of that, because you be on it.
Oh yeah, I got it too, man. I mean, these other guys, man, everybody keep me sharp over here. They be on it too. They see all the nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
They see all this nonsense going on. But this is the thing that I get with Draymond. The thing with Draymond that I don't seem to understand about him is that you don't have to do it. I mean, you already established. You got 3 championships in 5 years. You were a major part of that.
Right.
Why in the world do you need Rich Paul and LeBron to use you like a pawn? Why would you do that? It's like you sitting over there capping for a commissioner who's sitting there and letting everybody else get away with doing nothing. Like he letting all the NFL take the blame, but yet his house is dirty. You need to, and Kyrie is speaking up like for them. Like, look, we need to talk about we making these owners rich. When they gonna do something for us? What do y'all donate to Black Lives Matter? What is Adam Silver actually doing for Black people? Kyrie stated all of this in that live chat, and they tried to say Kyrie didn't have a plan. He wanted to see something concrete. He don't want to hear nobody talking about we finna go on TV and promote it to make ourselves look good. That's what Kyrie was talking about. Now, I don't want to be a part of that, where everybody finna wear shirts and all this, and then nothing's gonna get done. I want to know what is the NBA's involvement. Let's get these owners who we're making all this money to, let's get them involved so they can make legitimate donation. When he brings that up for dialogue in the chat, he's talking to the players. Like, dude, we are the players. We do this. There were white players in that conversation. There were, European players from overseas involved on that chat. It was over 100 people in that Zoom chat he talked to. He wasn't just talking to the brothers. And he's saying, look, let's go talk to these owners. He had laid out a plan. But on ESPN, Fox, and everywhere else, we don't know what Kyrie means. It's like, how? LeBron was not on the chat. He didn't participate. Why not? Why wouldn't LeBron participate in that? Because it's not aligned with what Adam wants. Adam don't want it, so why in the world would I want to participate? He didn't even want to hear the brother out. So if you go in that route,
and Shannon,
perspective. What's up, Ty?
What's up, Cino?
What's up, Ty?
Man, LeBron James is the biggest fraud since. Oh my God, that guy's a fraud, man. And
yeah,
exposed it.
Yeah, and this just makes it worse. Whenever you see something like this, it just makes it worse because I'm seeing Draymond try to paint the same narrative. Then he comes up. I'm wondering why is Draymond here? They're not participating in the bubble. He's not gonna be in the bubble. So I'm like, why is Draymond even on the ESPN right now? Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, why did they have him here? And I'm as the whole conversation, then it gets down to more than a vote. I said, oh, okay, we know who created that. Right. More than a vote, LeBron created that. So here he comes out with this voting initiative. Yeah, we're going to come out with more than a vote. And this is a whole initiative. We're going to do this and do that. I'm like, LeBron got to out here selling his products, dog, and pushing his agenda.
Hey, what, Draymond is looking for job security? By hanging on to LeBron's coattail? Looking for job security or something? I'm trying to understand what he's doing.
No, Draymond pissed off. I think when Cino made that video explaining that Draymond's mad because they not giving him the credit. Like they give Steph and Clay the credit, and then when KD came, they didn't give him credit for that either. They were giving KD credit, and then that kind of messed him up there. I mean, I remember that video Cino made. That's why he's doing it because
he's doing it. He's doing it.
LeBron got in his head telling him, "Yo, you the best. You the reason. You the reason that they're doing this. You're the reason KD playing defense." And I had to show video to my brothers and them because I argue with people every day like about KD. Like, dude, KD was playing defense back in Texas. KD always played defense.
Always.
KC was they didn't have a bench or they didn't have James Harden just went cold in the finals at the wrong time. If James Harden would have been hot like in the Spurs series, they'd have beat Miami because Harden was hot because he was killing that year, especially coming off the bench. He was doing what Ginobili be doing for the Spurs.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like Draymond is just bitter right now. Like he's mad. He's mad because he feel like he doesn't get the respect, you know, and you see it. Like you see it because remember, it was Steph and Clay first. They was getting all the credit. Then when they lost, they brought KD in. Now you got an outsider getting credit. He was drafted from Golden State. So
right.
But you know,
yeah, go ahead.
You know, Draymond, you know, he was the garbage man. You know, the garbage man don't never get no respect.
Mm-hmm.
Now don't.
Yeah, Dennis Rodman don't get no respect, and that's my third greatest player of all time. I watched Dennis. Dennis was that dude, bro. He made me want to play basketball. Him and Charles Barkley. Dennis don't get no credit. Dennis don't get no credit, bro. It's crazy. Like that's what he did to Shaq. Just turned me to. I was like, oh my gosh, he shut Shaq down. And Shaq was throwing bows, pushing him around. He still was pushing Shaq. Like you can't do nothing. So
that's right.
Dennis was a freak of nature, though, man. You got to be born with it. That's stuff you can't teach no gym. You got to be born with that.
Yeah. And the thing about it is, Draymond was always jealous at the fact that because the first person he really bonded with was Steph. Him and Steph was like tight. It was never Clay. Clay was still coming off the bench. It was Steph and Dre that really assumed the role when David Lee got hurt and they moved Draymond and had Dre really controlling the tempo. And they moved Steph more to, instead of letting him play point, he's better off the ball than he is on the ball. And people don't realize that. They don't realize that's Steph's strength. That's what separates him.
Steph plays like Rip and Reggie Miller. That's all he is. He's just like a long distance shooter. He played the same way.
Steph,
like Rip and Reggie coming off all
really
those
strong. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Steph ain't really strong with him being at the one and and facilitating the ball to everybody. That's not really his game. He's more of a scoring guard. So him playing off the ball, Draymond likes to run the tempo up. And Draymond was great athletic to be that size and could keep running the way he could. It breaks down the defense, and before they could even set, they in transition. And the Golden State Warriors was running that offense and wearing guys out because they were better conditioned than everybody, one. And two, they had better shooters and guys who could play off the ball and they could move. Mm-hmm. If the first shot ain't there, the second shot ain't there, they finna rotate, boom, do switches. And it's all working. And Draymond was at the head of that. So now he felt, okay, Clay is hitting all these shots. Boom, 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 boom. Clay's in the starting lineup. Now it's Steph and Clay. They just splash brothers. So he was all right, cool with that. But then it was like a distancing started to happen because of their lifestyles.
Yeah, you talked about it with Aisha.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. She, he's married.
Yeah.
I've seen this happen with my friends. Once somebody gets married, other friends don't realize things have changed. His priorities now can't be hanging out with you where every time you ready to kick it. The wife's gonna be there or she doing stuff, and they got a whole different movement. He got a whole new circle of friends that ain't got nothing to do really with the team. They got marketing people involved, producers. So he's hanging out more in that group. Now, if you go get married, you can come back to this table.
Right.
That's what they looking like. You living a single life. I know how it is. I can't let my husband go running around with you. That's why he can't hang out with Clay. So Clay only came back in the picture. Dre was cool with that until Clay came back because she tried to hook him up with Sabina. Sabina is her best friend, that little, rat chick that hang around all the time.
Yeah, I saw her.
Wife, is always the one who want to play matchmaker. So she want to hook him up with Sabina. Mm-hmm. He was going through a separation with this girl, and next thing you know, she's like, Clay, you got to start getting serious. You're getting to your 30s, and Yeah, you want to start?
Isn't it that one chick you had? You had that video of that chick. She played in a movie. She fine as hell too. That Clay,
Spider-Man. He was dating
the Spider-Man chick. Yeah, on the first one.
Yeah,
I remember her, boy.
with Tobey Maguire. Yeah, so I mean, not Tobey Maguire.
No, it's the other dude.
Right. And she was in there. Homecoming, was it? Yeah, Homecoming.
Yeah,
Spider-Man Homecoming. So he was dating her for a while. Then I think something happened when she went out with Michael B. Jordan, and then they was messing around. I was like, oh, she went from Spider-Man to Black Panther. But they get
more like Creed.
Yeah, they close friends. So and he didn't know all that. So his jealousy was getting to him, and plus he was out there doing wrong. So he got caught up with an Instagram girl because that's what Clay do. He got a bachelor pad. It's him, his brothers, and his friends that live in there.
And he looked just like his brother, boy. They all look just alike.
Yeah, they wild.
His brother played baseball. They look just alike. Man, Michael spit all them out.
Them dudes be wilding up in there. And that's why Dre had to stop hanging out with him. Dre was in a relationship, dating a chick, had a baby on the way. He like, man, I can't hang with y'all. Y'all wilding in here. So they in there playing flippy cup like they in college. And I was like, dude, what in the world? I can't be up in here. I'm gonna be on Instagram in a minute. I can tell. Dre's like, I gotta get up out of here quick. Yeah, so when that was over, you saw when he saw Sabina coming back in the field and hanging out with Clay again, and it was like, oh, y'all can hang out with Clay and I can't get invited. Okay, I see I'm not in that circle. Okay. But I'm the one that brought KD here. You know what I'm saying? Like I brought in KD and doing all this to keep us winning. Okay, I see it. Y'all want to do me like that. Then it came down to where they was like trying to keep KD more than make sure Draymond was cool. They talking about trading Dre. And that's why he was like, oh, I'm expendable. I bring Kevin Durant when he be here unless it was me. But now I'm expendable. Okay. He forget this is a business. Your problem with Steve Kerr was the reason you was going to be out of there. He thought, I'm bigger than Kerr. I'm bigger than the head coach. The coach is tired of arguing with you over the stupidest things, and you won't let it go. And then y'all got to have a blow up at halftime in the locker room, and Steph ain't never finna have that conversation with them. And he already know that. He knows Steph ain't finna do all that. And the rest of it, they just like, oh, Dre going off again.
That's when I saw Steph come back. Steph was coming back being the mediator, trying to keep all them all cool and stuff.
Right.
Because after that blow up, because when I see that blow up happen, because I understood what Zeke was saying on NBA TV about Draymond, could have the ball and KD should have, handled it differently. I agree, but I'm like, you were giving the ball to KD the past 4-5 games, but now right then and there you didn't want to give him the ball. Then you lost the ball. So to me, Dre, if you a leader and floor general, you gotta get that ball up to KD. Let him do. He the scorer. He the killer.
Right, because it wasn't even about that. He was mad because the incident had already happened prior to that.
Right.
And him and KD got into it prior, so it was like the respect line was crossed, and he felt the team sided more, like the ownership and everybody else sided more with KD over him. Yeah. So when he went and did that whole big blow up on the sideline, you and doing all that, that was him lashing out and all of this because he felt like he's being villainized and ain't being listened to. So like a child, he acted out. Right. Yeah. That's what he did. Right. He acted out on the world stage, and he thinks that helps him. And now Rich Paul is your agent. And he basically telling you, yeah, man, keep doing what you got to do. Now you got this $100 million deal. That's why he signed a $100 million deal. He didn't believe in his own worth. He got an idiot as his advisor.
Yep.
You let this guy
You got an idiot.
who thinks 2 + 2 is 22. You let this guy come in and handle your business.
He said 0
2 and 22.
Yeah, 2 + 2 is 22.
And I can see that too. Like by looking at him now, I'd be like, man, see, don't tell the truth. He's just murdering this dude. I had to go back to that video with him and Rihanna. No, not Rihanna. The Kylie, the Jenner chick. You had him and
yeah.
Man, I was crying in the truck. I was panicking, and somebody was like, "Are you all right?" I'm like, "No, man, this dude a fool, man."
All right, he don't know nothing about the damn basketball court.
Bro. And I could picture, because like how you tell it is, you could picture it like,
yeah,
oh my
and then
God.
you look at the photo of him sitting there right next to it. He looked troubled. He looked like I don't know what the hell going on out here.
Yeah, basically LeBron just put people around him that he's smarter than. So that's how I see it.
And he's not that bright. So that's what manipulating. It's the blind leading the blind. Everybody got glaucoma. I'm like,
yeah, man.
The person with the blurriest vision, that's the leader.
but this is also, but this is what I also is you made a great point. You did the video, I think it was the day or it was yesterday, I think. You was talking about teams. And I'm still trying to figure out how the hell the Washington got in there. And then I start thinking about it like, well, he cool with Bill and John Wall, so he probably let them get in because John Wall ain't he signed with Clutch or something.
Yeah.
So he was like, yo, I just put y'all in because I'm like, y'all not even close to my Magic. My Magic been whooping y'all ass all year, and y'all not even close to us. So I don't see how they even in the conversation.
Exactly.
They should have just stayed home. And Phoenix, we know why Phoenix there because it's his bad boy over there.
Yeah, his NBA 2K buddy.
Yeah.
He over there. Bro, you logged in yet? No, bro, you got on the show.
Man, he been doing a terrible job for Phoenix, man. Terrible.
The problem is,
see though.
Yo, what's up, Ty?
They said J.R. Smith going to the Lakers.
He might.
Because Avery Bradley stayed out.
See, the thing is, Bradley knew he was going to sit out. I knew Bradley wasn't going. Mm-hmm. He didn't care because he was on a 1-year deal. So he know the Lakers ain't bringing him back next year. As well as he played. Like, if it wasn't for him, they wouldn't have beat the Clippers.
They wouldn't have beat the Bucks either. Because he was balling. Man,
exactly. Bradley plays all the defense.
Yeah, this happened with LeBron teams, and I hate it. Nobody get no credit or shine, and he always get the best role players, the best all-stars and superstars, and everybody. This is the argument that they made for Jordan coming up. They do the same thing with both of them. I hate both 23s. They don't have a team. They don't have a team enough.
Kobe, 23.
They say Kobe teams carry him. They say Kobe teams carry. I'm like, Pau Gasol averaged 16 a game. Kobe averaging 30 almost, 34. How you carry somebody who averages 34?
How's that proportional? You know what I'm saying? How's it proportionate?
Now, you know what I'm saying? This is the thing about Mike and LeBron. That's different. Mike was a destroyer. Like
Mike could play. I agree.
Mike, I couldn't stand him. I know what you're talking about. It's the politics, the BS that goes behind Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
I didn't like that either. I couldn't stand it because unless you're from Chicago and really caught in Bulls lure, you become blind. You have
I'm from Florida.
Right. And everybody else can see it. And I'm like, I can see it a mile away. Why y'all can't see it? I was doing this in the 90s, arguing with people. And they was, man, you just a Detroit Piston, Isaiah Thomas. That's why we swept y'all. I'm like, and you just forget. that we dominated you for like 4 straight years. Prior to that, that didn't matter though.
Him and Bird used to beat Mike, but Mike, great. I give Mike his respect. Mike the ball on that court. There's no comparison between them. But
yeah, he went out and
I just don't like the politics they do and what they try to tear other people down to make them great and stuff. But
exactly,
but Mike, great. You know what I'm saying? I'm not taking nothing from Mike. Mike was great, you know, but LeBron, man, ain't nothing like they have to tear everybody down to make him great, and not
because he's not. That's the thing. The NBA usually promote a player. The player was something, so the player could just stand on his own. They knew the player was great, and they say, "Look, this guy is phenomenal. We can just promote him. He'll develop over time." But like we putting our keys behind this guy. You know, like when Grant Hill came, they was like, "Look, give Grant. Grant is good. Like Grant."
Oh hell yeah, dude.
So they knew that. He's a guy that's not going to embarrass them. He was corporate, dignified. Went 4 years to college, graduated. You know, you ain't gonna have no problems with Grant Hill. Grant Hill was exactly what you wanted. He was the only person from Duke I ever saw with a crossover.
Oh man, he was. I watched him. I was like, this dude paid for Duke. I'm watching. I'm like, man, they paid for him to go there because I ain't never seen no brother go to Duke balling like that in a long time. Like David Thompson, I think he went to Duke. He was a baller, but not Hill was on another. I ain't never seen that.
G Hill, but G Hill had to play with Leitner, and I'm like, once Leitner was gone, I'm like, look at what he did when Leitner was gone.
And
like,
that made me mad.
Yeah, that's what
disappointed me. I thought Leitner was gonna be straight because he used to be giving Shaq problems in college.
Oh yeah, the Leitner problem was the system. He went to the wrong team, and they didn't follow. He's a system player, and if you don't and if you don't have the right system in play where he's the main guy, then it's not gonna work out. And he went to like the Timberwolves or something. And it was just a disaster.
Yeah, he went. It was trash too, boy.
Yeah, because they didn't know. They just think he like make adjustments on the fly. Right. No, he need coaching. He need to be told where he needs to be on the court at all times.
Yeah, I feel like Tim Duncan was the same way. I feel like Tim Duncan was the same way. Like he can only play in the system.
No, Duncan can play. Duncan can really
I watched him at Wake Forest.
Yeah, I watched him at Wake. That's how I knew.
Cam, everything broke down. Look like crap.
When the whole thing
down. But he was so fundamentally sound. That's why I always thought that if you put him somewhere else, he might not be that good.
No, his fundamentals carry to everything he did because he was well-rounded, could score at any position. Like any place you put him on the court, Tim can get to his spots and score. He can break that shot in off the glass from the side. When Scotty Pippen learned that shot, that little bank shot, and they was told him, Scotty, you shoot too hard and flat. Why don't you just aim for the backboard? And he started hitting that backboard and banking that in. He was like, man, I didn't know how easy that was. They was like, just do that then, Scotty. Just do that. That Scotty Pippen made that like his shot. That little bank shot off the side of the corner. Boom.
Yeah.
Oh, look at Scotty. I'm like, he did that because he was shooting so hard. Now, Tim Duncan, because all the time when adversity hit the Spurs, David Robinson would shrink up and go disappear in the corner. He'd turn
David Robinson was a
he'd be like, oh, I was a plum. Now I'm turning into a prune. Let me go on and shrivel on
up. He's so soft, man. Barkley and the King used to take his lunch money all the time on the court.
Yeah, they were worried about him at all.
Give me this ball. Wet. Game over.
He joined the Navy.
Yeah. I heard about
Don't talk about the Navy. Don't put
I was waiting on you to respond to that. I was like, wait.
Don't put the Navy on him. He joined the Navy, but he ain't want to go. The real brothers is over here.
You like my cousin. Y'all went to the Navy, but y'all was going after the women. Y'all weren't hanging with the dudes. Y'all was to yourselves.
Yeah.
When I first got in, now I'm about to be 37 next month. I'm old. I'm tired.
It's time to get out of
You're only 3 years older than me, so shoot, I'm on that boat too. It'd be hot as hell outside delivering. I'd be in 100-degree weather.
Yeah,
So,
man. Don't.
Yeah.
yeah.
Don't
So
talk about being over there.
that's the thing now that's making it funny is that now that they put this initiative in place, he didn't address any of the things Kyrie Irving was talking about.
right.
Why nobody bringing that up on the show?
Because he left LeBron. So now Kyrie's the number one target. I've been saying that. I told everybody like 4 or 5 years ago, I said, look, when Kyrie leave LeBron, they finna tear him down. I already knew it. Whatever he say or do is finna get torn down.
Now Avery Bradley, I'm gonna let Ty speak. Go ahead, Ty. You was trying to say something.
But I already knew this was gonna happen anyway because I'm like, oh, Kyrie going up against LeBron. Oh, he finna lose that battle. Cause LeBron got the whole media on his side. So anything Kyrie says, they just finna take it, screws it up, and then make him look like the bad guy.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're gonna do. Now, here's the kicker. Avery Bradley ain't playing. Yep. Why ain't nobody bad-mouthing Avery Bradley yet? The way they came after Kyrie. Kyrie
don't have star power like Kyrie. He don't have star power like Kyrie.
Exactly. And Kyrie is the vice president of the Players Union.
Right.
And I'm like, he is second to Chris Paul up there. So if Kyrie is crazy, why would you have a crazy person as the vice president of the Players organization that represents all the players in the league, but he's crazy? So which one is it? Now you want to paint the man as crazy, but you guys voted this guy to be the vice president, which means he must have made some sense in what he was talking about for y'all to vote for him. They did the same thing to Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas brought that up. He was like, I was unanimously voted president of the Players Union almost his entire career as he played because Isaiah was smart. They were like, this dude's smart. So as much as Mike said, I hated Isaiah. He voted, man. I got to vote for Isaiah.
Yeah, Mike was mad. Mike he got beat and everything, man.
Mike is already exposed, man. So
right. He got exposed on The Last Dance. We know what he is now. He hating. Great player, but he a damn scumbag, man. He a damn scumbag, bro. He a hater.
Yeah.
Man, I ain't know they were
people
and in the airport. My bad, brother.
Go ahead, Ty.
And people are still, and my dad is still convincing me, like, oh, but Mike is great. I said, I'm not saying he's not great. I'm just saying, dude was scumbag.
Yeah, scumbag. 100%. There's a whole scumbag. They made it look like Kyrie didn't state anything, and he was just talking wild with no plan. So I'm like, man, Kyrie did that. I was kind of surprised. And I was like, well, they said he didn't have that. But I'm just like shocked that they went that route. Like, man, he's the vice president. That's like, it don't make sense. Why all of a sudden he gonna do that? And I was like, well, he's so emotionally caught up with what's happening out here, and he's not thinking rationally. You gotta have a plan. What he's saying was on the chat, and everybody else that was on there was saying this is what you do. You bring it up in conversation, then you develop a plan.
Right.
He was saying you guys were starting to ignore because it might affect your money. Oh, the owners might get mad and bite out our hands.
But
saying that you afraid of the masters. And I'm like, how's LeBron up here preaching like he free? I'm free, Black Power, but whenever the master buck at you,
right.
Be quiet.
He hiding.
Right. It's shut up and dribble time.
Right. LeBron, the little boy off of Birth of a Nation. That's the little boy.
Oh,
that's LeBron right there.
Yeah. Exactly. I got a video coming up when it's talking about exposing all the biggest lies LeBron done told.
Yeah.
And one of the main lies he told, and you getting it early. And this one of the main lies LeBron has told. This man did an interview when he was in Miami before he even played. I decided to wear number 6 because I feel no player should wear Michael Jordan's number 23. What Mike did in the league and all that. Exactly. He did a whole thing.
What is he talking about?
Exactly. We already know. He put out this whole speech that he wasn't going to wear 23 and then he going to start a petition that every team in the NBA should retire the number 23. And
I remember that. Every team should retire 23, but
then when he went back to Cleveland, guess what number he put on? 23. Now he with the Lakers. Guess what number he put on? 23.
He need to take it off because he ain't messing with my boy Cedric Ceballos, dog. I'm hot about that.
That's the real from LA.
I got to stop you right there. I got Cedric Ceballos. Come on, fam.
Ceballos was nice, bro. You
I gotta
sleep.
stop you.
Ceballos, baby.
I mean, he was good, but come on, fam.
Bruh. Okay, if you get
I'm talking about
Ceballos,
Phoenix Suns. Phoenix Suns.
If you get LeBron, if you get Cedric Ceballos the rules LeBron got and the team he had, man, stop playing, bro. Even when he with the Suns killing, he was killing with KJ, Marley, and them. If he would have
won the championship, they would have won the championship, but they didn't win because Cedric Ceballos. The reason they didn't win, he broke his leg, so he didn't play in the series with the Bulls. He didn't, but he was killing Scotty that year.
Man, killing Scotty, he was killing the whole Bulls team. Cedric was going in on them.
Yeah, but the problem with Cedric was if you gave the ball to Cedric, he wasn't passing.
No, I agree.
That's why his nickname was the Black Hole. Because as soon as you throw him the ball, you might as well forget it. You are not getting it back. If it's a good shot, bad shot, he is shooting.
He another Adrian Dantley. He another Dantley, boy. Take the ball.
Nobody.
Yeah.
He wasn't passing nobody. He's shooting it.
Oh, we got it's definitely ain't Nicholas Jacobs. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on?
What's up?
So, I got a question. If you pick Earl of Pearl Monroe against Lord Isaiah Thomas, who you think would be better right there?
I'm taking Isaiah.
Yeah, because I was watching Earl of Pearl Monroe on YouTube, man. He's crazy, man. I'm 18, but he's crazy. Yeah.
Man, you gotta leave Nick alone, man. Nick 19. For him to be 19 and to know all he know, I'm like, dude, you did some researching out this world. You smarter than most people who 35, 40 who was around.
Yeah, George Gervin, my favorite player too.
Look at Cam Cook with the Bama hat on.
Ooh, that's clean. Crimson Tide.
Yeah. Me and him went to high school together.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, you know,
FSU all day. FSU all day, baby.
Yeah, not to go off topic. Let's bring it back to basketball right now.
Basketball.
All right, Nick. Go ahead. You bring it back.
That boy troll. He troll everybody. I gotta give him his credit. He find a way to troll every day.
Yeah. He came in as the other dude that H Money. He first came in. I ain't want to bring him in in case it was the real guy. So but I kind of felt it wasn't him.
That dude lost his mind. He like, you see, I said, damn.
Yeah, and then it was so fake. It was so fake. And it was like he's smiling the whole time he doing it because he know he just being phony. But I guess somebody told him, look, you're gonna do my show now.
Right.
So I don't know where he didn't went into. He must have went into the nut house or some obscurity someplace.
Man, I thought you did the truth behind his favorite player, Luka. Shit. And you done pissed him off. He saw the video like, man, hold up. Truth behind Luka. The hell? F you, Carl.
Yeah.
So
Well,
the season start when, July 24th?
You said July. You said what? What about July 24th?
I said the season start when? July 24th or 20th?
Oh, the 30th. July
the 30th. Okay.
So the season gonna kick off then, and then like they like tomorrow. Well, today rather is the last day for anybody to say they out. After today, you can't say you out. Everybody got to be all the way in, and that's it.
So yeah, so it's gonna be basically it's gonna be the Lakers versus the Bucks, right? Which you predicted last year.
Yeah, but the way they got this crazy 8-man seeding is like whoever wins, it's like a mini tournament. It is crazy. It's not like they ain't playing 8 games. It's just like a mini tournament. And then so people like Washington to have a chance to get in and all this. If you win the seed, it's gonna affect the seeding and all this. All this is meant is to put Zion.
It's a round robin. That's all it is a round robin. It's like what they do in the Olympics with the USA teams, like in soccer and in the US basketball. They play each other like I think 3-4 times, and then whoever got the best record, I guess, they go on to the playoffs. It's
goofy. And the whole thing is like, look, they screwed up because Zion was catching up into that 8th seed, and they was catching up to the Grizzlies. People don't realize that Grizzlies was winning, and they were surprisingly winning. With Ja Morant up there and the team, and then the owners decided to just dissipate and break up the team and start trading players away. And I was like, oh, they traded him away? Why? They
traded Jay Crowder away. I was like, why would you get rid of Jay Crowder?
And then a whole thing, they started trading players away, then everything started to shift. And you start seeing them lose games. And like consecutively, then here comes Zion. And I was like, Zion's getting up there, Sacramento's getting there, Portland getting there. But I'm like, they want Zion in that box. So I'm like, Zion.
Yeah, I want to see him dunk on LeBron one good time. Just
once he does that, it's over.
It's over.
Like, it's already over. That's when it's solidified. Nobody gonna care about LeBron no more.
Hey, if that happens, hey Cino, if that happens, bro.
If that happens, they don't call the charge.
If that happens, bro, I'm pouring it up.
I'm telling you.
Look, I'm gonna send you a cash app, bro. I'm gonna send you a cash app. I'm already on the Patreon VIP, $25, baby, all day. I've been reading it, bro.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm telling you, if that happens, they gonna call the charge. The referee gonna be like, charge.
Guess what? They can call the charge, but guess what? The damage will be done.
Yeah, it is.
The damage will be done. Like you could call, they'll be like, ooh, LeBron got dunked on. It ain't count though. Hey, say he 3-7 after that.
Yeah, man, on the Patreon, since you mentioned it, the last thing we got on there is starting to catch up, man. It's crazy. Because I was just on there, and that was about the Jordans. We got the Jordans on there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like which set of the Jordans. Like they had all these different sets. And I was like, man, this conversation getting crazy. So I was like, let me bring it over here. So a lot of people ain't really seen it too much just of yet. But the one that did, I done slapped it on there. And it was like, you got to pick which set. Number 1 is burning up so far.
Oh, I ain't see it yet. I got to get on there.
Yeah, the first set, everybody picking it up first.
Of course,
the last one I saw
the cardboard is going to burn up.
So I'm looking at the votes right now. It's like number 1, the first one set is like crushing it.
Oh
And I was
man,
like, man, the
I
third.
don't know that. I don't know.
Feeling the
4
third.
look nasty. That number 4 look nasty, and that number 3 clean too. I don't know.
Yeah, and that was, I can't believe people ain't even focused on that.
Man, I don't know. The bottom 2, man. I'm gonna have to vote twice, bro. I'm gonna have to sign in somebody else.
He's like, I don't know. That's a
I did
tough.
it twice. Like you gonna be like, hold on, what is he doing? Like
I haven't even voted yet. I'm like, I didn't even vote yet.
man,
I'm in here looking at them like, man, I can't even vote. But I was like, I remember these. They were real easy to slip on. That's why I used to like the ones.
Yeah.
The ones because they was easy to slip on. They were like socks, basically.
Yeah. But my favorite like was the ones he wore like had that leather around it. But man, after I looked at these other shoes dude was showing on the last live,
yeah,
I changed my mind, boy. The ones he had, I think they was like the 4s or 3s, whatever they were.
Yeah.
And I looked at the 2s that you I looked at the 2s you had I looked on 2K because 2K got them up there. I was like, man, I don't know. Cino might be right. Them 2s was
those was mine now. But man, you ain't lying about these 3s and 4s.
Yeah, I told you. Man, look at it. 3 and 4, bro, is killing. Is killing. I would get that lime green and make that big. I go get a Seattle Russ.
Yeah. Right. You already styling it now. You get a Russ jersey, you get the Seahawks. You can wear that with too. I might take 3.
Yeah, shit. I told you I'm gonna vote twice. I'm gonna do 3 and 4, bro.
Yeah, 4 is sick. I like the bottom. The blue.
Yeah,
the blue. The ones on the bottom.
Yeah. That's why I said when you showed it, I said, man, they voted 1. I'm like, man, they smoking on something. 3 and 4.
One is so popular. That's just those are the most popular ones there.
Nah, 3 and 4, man.
So far, one got 51 votes?
Yeah, 51 votes.
Yeah.
Man. All 51 of them need to go to sleep. That 3
man.
Man, you get that, boy. You clean, boy. You go to the
3 got the least votes out of all of them.
Oh man, 18-9. Man, I'm gonna have to vote 3 times then. Probably 4. Just vote. All right, we good. Oh, but the last video I saw too was the thing you did on the execs and stuff in the business. I said, no wonder. I knew it all, but I'm like, oh, he verified it.
Yep.
And that's crazy, man. Like that, black people, man, we gotta smarten up, man. Man, we gotta smarten up. We gotta start putting people in position. We gotta start looking at these laws, and you know what I'm saying? Because I just get tired of all this riding and stuff, man. We need to do something different. We need to go reparations.
Exactly what you're talking about is exactly how they did it. You know what I'm saying? But see, they can hide, but they knew, like, in order to get here, we could do it differently, you know, because they can hide. You can't tell who's who just by looking at them. Some you can, but other ones, they was hiring only their own.
Right.
They were hiring their own kind. They were all professions.
At Sam's Club, I used to work there. Sam's Club, the hire like people came. I promise on God, they was Tutti Frutti on Rudy.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, man, this is crazy. And then I start seeing the people around me. When I went to other places I was working, they were fruitier than them. So I'm like, man, something right. And my brother, he called it just like you did. He told me this like 10 years ago. He was like, bro, man, they taking over. I told you. The higher you go up, and then Mano did a video on it that confirmed it too. He said the higher you go up in the execs, the more less manly they are.
Yeah, he ain't lying. And that's exactly why those guys are getting squeezed out. And that's why I was showing. I was like, this thing here is going to reveal all of it to you. You're going to see all the faces, all the names of the high positions in all of these businesses, and you get to see their titles. and you get to see everything they're involved in. That's the music industry. That's everything. I'm like, that's everything. This the entertainment business. That's everything. Oh shoot, the sun coming back out. I'm like, look, the sun coming out behind me.
Oh, and it sucks, man. That's why the music is so trash now. Like, it's just terrible. Like, I see it now. Like, all these guys, like you mentioned, I see now how. And then I went to click on the extra links you had in between them, and I saw it. I'm like, oh, this is crazy. They throwing it right in your face, like,
yeah, because they promote it.
Now
like,
what? Do something about it.
Right. This is what you need to be doing. This is where your mind needs to be. You know, and when they start doing all of this promotion and putting us on that level, that's when they gonna